Cody in the morning. WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
From the Simply Superior Acuff House Studio, Mr. Roy's living room. That's where we get the great pleasure of doing this show every morning. Looking out at the entrance to the Grand Ole Opry, where we celebrate William Smith Monroe tonight as a part of our honors shows. Born in 1911, we figured it out. He was about 14 when WSM came on the air. So who was I to argue in my first interview with him when he said, WSM, they named it after me, William Smith Monroe. I was like, yes, they did.
Sure they did. Absolutely. That's amazing.
So, good morning. Charlie Matos is here. Kelly Sutton is here. Andy Nye is our studio director. Jeff Roberts is upstairs in master control this morning. And thank you, by the way, all of you who participated and ordered popcorn for my granddaughter.
Of course.
Who did a cameo on the show yesterday with Jason Michael Carroll in studio, whom we will encore from the Assembly Food Hall stage here in just a little bit.
You know why we're encoring him? He bought 2 bags of popcorn.
That's right.
That's why.
I thought, am I hearing him go, yeah, let me Venmo you? And I'm like, mailing
Buying popcorn from her. I was like, get him, Lily.
Yeah, got his address, going to mail it to North Carolina if it comes in. So
it'll be fine.
Yeah, we're good to go. And then Jordan Rowe and Andy Albert are here. This is part of Warner Chappel and the songwriting retreat that's taking place at the Opry. And I understand, Charlie, did you say it's in the different dressing rooms?
Yeah, I think they're kind of just hanging out at the Opry, kind of celebrating 100 years. See if we can't get something really cool written there. And it's interesting pairings of songwriters. I mean, it's a who's who of songwriters in Music City there over the last couple of days.
You know Jordan Rowe for Jordan Davis's "Know You Like That." Mm-hmm. And among others, and then you know Andy for Somewhere a Little Radio recently from Lainey Wilson.
Oh, that's a fire song right now.
Yes, it is.
Can we wander through, and if we just throw out a word, we get a third of whatever they're writing?
Wrote this in the ladies' room at the Grand Ole Opry with my friend.
We're wandering through. Well, it's certainly one of those mornings where I'm watching everything that's coming down on the wire, and the latest thing that just came out was that Robert Redford has passed away, 89 years old. Incredible actor, director, just a legacy. You start looking at the movies, and I'm on the IMDb and just looking list after list after list, and the ones that we were mentioning, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, probably one of the better known movies.
Oh,
but
yeah,
The Natural, we forgot about The Natural.
Yep, if you're a baseball fan. Absolutely.
Roy Hobbs.
Yes, Roy Hobbs.
What his character's
correct.
name?
Yep.
Just
and
tons.
and such a philanthropist too.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave so much back, and through the Sundance Film Festival,
Right.
independent films. Just in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in my mind, Robert Redford.
Absolutely. So we're remembering him this morning. Jelly Roll and the Pope. Nope, it wasn't AI. I had to double check.
Kelly Sutton just said Jelly Roll and the Pope in the
That's
same
right.
sentence.
Yes. And there's I have so many questions. When you see him next week, I have a list of questions if you get time with
If
him.
I'd known, I would have said, "Bring me a little holy water, just a little bit."
Yeah, we all need that. Probably should bless the stage over there. There's a lot of stuff that's been happening.
Charlie
But
will be hosting in Latin, by the way.
Great.
This particular
Going to work
segment
on
of
that.
the
Yes.
Opry.
Perfect.
Yes.
So we're going to run down exactly what was going on in the Vatican with Jelly Roll. Also, why he says he's now reached a milestone in his weight loss experience that has become very expensive for him. So hang on for that. And an engagement. We talked about it earlier, but Reba and Rex are now engaged. We've got more details coming up.
More Coffee, Country, and Cody is on WSM.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post 9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I realized I could be successful in a civilian career.
We stand by warriors and advocate for their needs going forward.
They were by my side in the hospital, and they're still with me today.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proving
anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/connect.
And know that anytime you are watching Opry Live, it is brought to you by Wounded Warrior Project. And if you need help, if you know someone who needs help, if you'd like to donate, just find out more. Just go to woundedwarriorproject.org, and we hope you will. Kelly Sutton Entertainment. Robert Redford is the lead story this morning. That happened after we got here, actually. The news broke.
Yeah, it came across that he had passed away at the age of 89, and such a storied career, from acting in movies to directing to starting the Sundance Film Festival. I mean, you look around and his fingerprints are all over Hollywood. Press release came out from one of the people with him in Utah. It was a PR person in Utah that said he was surrounded by friends and family, and he was in his beloved Utah around the mountains where he loved to be.
Absolutely. And that's where they filmed Butch and Sundance.
Yeah, he loved it there, and he'd passed away at the age of 89. And you said it earlier. You're like, that's a good-looking 89.
Yeah, we could only.
Truly
If
was.
I get there, I want to look like that.
We were rolling through all of the different movies that he had been a part of, and this could be the weekend that if you don't have anything to do, you just do like a Robert Redford marathon and go through
some
so
network
many of
will
them.
do it. You gotta believe in the next couple of weeks anyway.
Absolutely,
Probably
incredible.
Sundance Channel.
Sundance.
If I had to take a wild guess.
That could be it. That could be it.
Yeah.
Something that happened last week, and I failed to mention it yesterday, but if you see a picture of Jelly Roll with the Pope, that's not fake. It's real. Look at this. I'm scrolling over the weekend and I went, wait, okay, who did this? Haha, funny. No, this is real. Jelly Roll meets Pope Leo. They had a star-studded Vatican concert. He said, from rock bottom to holy ground. How amazing is that? We've got a little video to go along with it. Jelly Roll performing at the Vatican. This is Hard Fought Hallelujah. Look at
How many people are on
that.
stage?
There are 250 people in the choir behind him.
Oh man,
And that didn't include the
felt
orchestra.
Like he was floating.
Seriously, can you you just hear that wall of sound? And then at a moment, he really started preaching there at the end, because Jelly, he'll get the spirit and then he runs with it.
He's a little more Pentecostal approach than the Pope.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But the Pope's a Chicago guy,
That's right.
He is, yeah. Baseball, and a baseball fan, too. You
Yeah.
got to love that.
Which it was just really, really cool. The name of it was Grace for the World. That's the name of the event. So if you want to go and find it, I'm sure it's available somewhere.
So if that's St. Peter's Square, it can hold between 250 and 300,000 people.
Goodness. Isn't that incredible? Yeah. Absolutely. And it was a fantastic night. There were other people who sang, but of course we were partial to our boy Jelly Roll. So congratulations to him. And he said, I've hit a weight loss goal that's going to be really expensive. I can now fit inside Louis Vuitton. So pray for my bank account. And he was wearing full Louis Vuitton when he was performing.
Robert Redford, first movie, 1960, a movie called Tall Story, where he's a basketball player.
Oh,
But 1960, the first movie for the late Robert Redford.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Good morning from the Assembly Food Hall stage to our special guests, songwriters as a part of a Warner Chappel songwriting retreat at the Grand Ole Opry House, which is about as cool a place I can think for writers to get together. You're always talking about where your hang is or where you write best. Basements, office space on Music Row, restaurants, airplanes on the back of a napkin or a sickness bag. But Jordan Rowe and Andy Albert are here. Yeah. And so you guys are going to the Opry House from here, is that correct?
We are.
Yes,
We're going
sir.
right over there to write a song, so we can't wait. Thank you for having us.
Two of you together, or how are they pairing you guys out?
We are together today. We've got Travis Denning and a new artist by the name of Schmitty today. So, and then we've got probably, 10 others over there. So we've got Trisha Yearwood, Dina Carter today. So it's going to be awesome.
wow.
So you couldn't swing a co-write with one of them?
Hey, talk to Alicia.
You stuck with him?
I know,
Stuck
right?
with me, unfortunately.
I know. I pulled the short straw.
I was going to say, Travis has a #1 hit. He's got a really big hit right now
Oh, yeah.
with Cody Johnson
He
and
does.
Carrie Underwood. So
does.
y'all are like, it's okay. Come on in here, Travis.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
We love
That's
Travis.
right.
He's a great guy.
Well, we're going to get started with the Jordan featuring Jordan. Give us the backstory. Give us the backstory.
Yeah. So this song was recorded by Jordan Davis, and it's a song called "Know You Like That," and I wrote it with a few friends of mine, Ray Fulcher, Thomas Archer, and Michael Tyler. And it's a funny it was really an accident. We got together that day to write another song or finish it, and we got done early, and we all had packed up for lunch, and we were going to walk out the door, and I think 3 of us had already walked out, and somebody said something in conversation that made us all look around and go, all right, y'all sit back down, and, lunch can wait. And so we sat back down and wrote No You Like That. In about an hour, it was just one of those that it just came together like magic. It was a special song. It was my first song that got singled like that to XM Radio or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So 6 years in, we finally got one. So I'm really, really pumped about this.
How long from the time you wrote it till Jordan cut it?
I want to say a little over a year. Yeah. If I remember right. So they take a little while.
It's a slow roll, isn't it?
It sure is. It's weird. It's weird.
I don't know how you have the patience to do what you do, but I sure appreciate the end result. Here it goes all over the world right now on Coffee, Country, and Cody. That's Jordan Davis all over the world, watching on Circle Country Television, listening to WSM Radio at 6:50 a.m. or WSMradio.com. And Jordan Rowe from Warner Chappel, writing retreat at the Opry today, and the success he enjoyed with Jordan Davis. And then Andy Albert is also on the Assembly Food Hall stage this morning.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
Give us your backstories. Go ahead, Andy, you're up as far as where you grew up and how you got to town and how long you've been doing that.
Yeah, so I grew up in a town outside of Atlanta called Roswell, Georgia. I moved to town 14 years ago. I actually had a rock band with my buddy when we moved here. We were trying to be the Foo Fighters, kind of.
What was the name of the band?
The band was called Bonaventure, and my bandmate actually was Dan Smyers, who's now in Dan and Shay, which is crazy small world. We still write songs together and are best friends and all that. But yeah, we moved here together 14 years ago, and still making music today.
Jordan, where'd you come from?
South Georgia, a little town called Adel, and I lived in Georgia my whole life, and I went to University of Georgia, and that's where I go Dogs, by the way, to all the Tennessee fans.
You're happy with the weekend's outcome.
Yeah. And but anyways, I started playing shows when I was there in college. My first real shows, I guess you would say, after growing up in church singing, and I moved up to Nashville in 2019, and just started grinding it out like all these guys do. So we're blessed and thankful to be here.
There's a pipeline that goes from Georgia straight to here.
Big time. Yeah.
With everybody.
And Athens is such a great music town. It's a great college town, but it's such a great music town, too.
Sure
I mean, even back in the day, B-52s, REM, this one, it wasn't Wilco, but somebody else like big came from Georgia, Athens in like the 80s.
Yeah, there's a lot of good music down there.
So talk about Somewhere Over Laredo and Lainey Wilson's part in that.
Oh, yeah.
Does this have to do with an old bull rider boyfriend of hers or something?
It may in her mind, I don't know that side of her story, so I can't speak on her behalf.
Come on, man, tell all.
Well, this one actually has a funny story because, like you were saying a minute ago, these songs can be born in all different places, and of all spots, this one was born in line for the Velocicoaster at Universal Studios, Florida.
I've never done
you
that.
Not.
Wow.
I've always wanted to do that ride.
Yeah, I haven't done
It was an amazing ride, first off.
Yeah.
But I was down there last August with Tranny Anderson, one of the co-writers on the song, and we were playing a series of shows and got tickets after the first night to go to Universal Studios the next morning. And while we were waiting in line, she kind of mentioned just, hey, just put this on your radar. I'm starting to look for some out-of-the-box ideas to work up and bring and present to Lainey Wilson. So if you have anything that might be just a little bit left to center, that is something she might have never done before, like, let me know, and maybe we can work it up. And that was kind of the first thing that popped into my mind. I'd had that title for a month or two and hadn't pitched it out yet, and I told it to her, and Tranny loved it. So we started working it up. She brought it out on the road to Lainey Wilson and Dallas Wilson. They finished it on tour, and she recorded it this spring, and the rest is history.
You ever been to Laredo?
I have not been to Laredo, actually.
When it goes number one, you need to go to Laredo.
Yeah, guarantee it.
Or at
Absolutely.
least fly over it.
At least fly over it.
I spent many years in South Texas at KKYX Radio, and we would go to Laredo and do these remote broadcasts poolside when it was 114 degrees in South Texas heat at a place called the La Posada Hotel, a little resort there. in
Okay.
Laredo, looking across the Rio Grande into Mexico. So that's where my mind goes every time
that's
I hear
cool,
this.
man. I love that.
That's
Here
awesome.
it is, all over the world. WSM Radio, Circle Country Television.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Jordan Rowe, Andy Albert on the Assembly Food Hall stage. Warner Chappel songwriting retreat in honor of Opry 100. We talked about your backstories. Jordan, let's start with you.
Mm-hmm.
First visit to the Grand Ole Opry.
This is a funny story. My first visit, I got kicked out of the Grand Ole Opry.
Nice.
That's what I'm talking
And I didn't do
about.
anything wrong.
Who do you think you
Really
are, Jamie
wrong.
Johnson?
Dirk
Right?
Bentley.
No, this is so funny. I was telling Alicia this story yesterday. So this is about 2017 probably, and I'm still in college, and I just met some people in Nashville, Ray Fulcher, who I ended up living with for 6 years, but I just met him, and I asked him if I could come and stay a couple weeks to write and just get a feel for the town and see how I liked it. I wasn't sure I was going to move up here yet at that point, and so I drove up, and before I had to meet anybody anywhere, I had a little time to kill, and I said, I've never seen the Opry, and so the first place I typed in my GPS the first time I ever came to Nashville was the Grand Ole Opry, and I was like, I have to go see this place. So I pull up, and I walked in the gift shop. Well, in the gift shop, they have a door that leads to the foyer of the Opry, which has a door that obviously leads into the Opry. Well, they were all open, and I'm like seeing all these people walk around inside of the Opry, and I was like, well, I guess you can just, go see it, take a picture or whatever. So I walked from the gift shop into the Opry, and I walked past half a dozen security guards, and I guess I just looked confident. So I walk in, and I'm standing there like halfway down the ramp, just taking pictures, taking a video, taking it all in, and this security guard comes up, and he was so polite, and he was like, sir, are you on the tour? And I said, I'm on a solo tour. And he said, did you pay for the thing? I said, no, sir. He said, well, you can't be in here. He said, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you could just come in and look. And he said, well, would you like to buy a tour? And I said, well, I done seen it now. So that was my first time. But so now I'm invited back, hopefully. So.
That's great.
Well, usually those stories are accompanied by a stop. Red Akins and I have laughed about this for years at the old High Note liquor store across the street.
Yeah.
That's where it starts, and then it ends up over here.
And it doesn't end well.
Yeah.
Andy, how about you?
Man, thinking back on my first time here, I believe it was when my buddy Devin Dawson did his Opry debut.
Sure.
I came along with him. He was playing a song that we had written, and I got to watch from the side stage. It was so cool. He crushed it, went out there and played, actually, I think by himself with an electric guitar. And so it was like a really kind of show-stopping moment. And
How about that?
It was pretty special, man.
Wow, and both those guys have done cool things. Devin, of course, I think was part of God's Country, right?
Yeah, he
for
was.
Blake,
Yep.
and Ray Fulcher is like on every Luke Combs #1, it seems like, right? Or a bunch of them
so
anyway, right?
Ray slept on Luke's couch, and then you slept on Ray's couch. Is that the way that story goes?
No, Ray never slept on Luke's that I know of, and I slept on Ray's. So. Yeah.
That's good.
Well, Nashville Songwriter Hall of Famer David Bellamy has a birthday today, and so does Terry McBride, who has written so many great hit records with Ronnie Dunn that Brooks and Dunn have cut. But what do you want to lead out with, Jordan? You go first.
I want to play a song that I wrote and put out myself last year. It's called Heroes, and I'm doing a new thing, kind of building the plane as we fly it, so to speak, but introducing a new genre I'm calling Kingdom Country, and it's country music rooted in kingdom principles. And so this song's called Heroes, and it's got a line in it that says, he might have died, but I ain't scared to die because he rose. And I think that speaks into what we're going through this week with Charlie and all that. So I wanted to play that for y'all and hope it encourages somebody out there. It's called Heroes, and it's out everywhere. They can listen to music.
Well, as a Hillbillies Preacher's kid, when he caught more fish than a boat could hold. You had me right there.
Absolutely,
So
man.
good, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother.
That is Jordan Rowe, Warner Chappel songwriting retreat in honor of the Opry's 100th birthday at WSM as well. Andy, you're up.
All right. I'm going to play a song I wrote with my buddies in the band Low Cash. We wrote this song a couple years back, and this past March, we had a 2-week #1 with it. So excited about this song. It's a story about a guy who's met the love of his life. He knows he wants to spend every day he's got left on this earth with her, and now they're sitting down having the conversation about where? And he's like, baby, look, like anywhere you want to go, I will up and move to right now. You can literally throw a dart at a map. But if you're open to it, maybe I could convince you to stick around where we came from and make our hometown home. So the song's called Hometown Home, and it goes like this.
So there you have it, live from the Assembly Food Hall stage. Our special guests, Jordan Rowe and Andy Albert, on their way today. Warner Chappel songwriting retreat and dressing rooms at the Grand Ole Opry House. If you guys see you're early, you should go out and just take the circle as you're writing. Okay.
Feel the spirit.
I can't do that yet.
A couple of chairs.
Listen,
get kicked out again.
Yeah, right.
Jordan's already been kicked out once because of the tour.
Right.
We can't be having. No,
They got you on file somewhere, and they're going to put a little tick mark. Like,
He's my co-writer today. I need him.
That's right.
And Andy, timing is everything, because the last time Low Cash went #1 was One Big Country Song in February of 2020, and then we shut the world down. So this has worked out much better for you with Hometown Home this time around.
To that.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing your talent and your stories this morning,
Thank you for
fellas.
having
All
us.
right.
We enjoyed it.
Please come back.
Sir. Thank you. Thank
All the best. Coffee, Country, and Cody. WSM Radio, Circle Country Television.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
The Grand Ole Opry celebrates Bill Monroe Big Mun. And that is tonight, 7 o'clock show at the Grand Ole Opry. And Charlie Mattos will be there. And who you got, bud?
Opry stars Ricky Skaggs, Carly Pearce, Del McCurry and the Boys, Riders in the Sky, Rhonda Vincent. The special guests include Wyatt Ellis, the Kentucky Headhunters, and the debut of the Brothers Comatose, a great bluegrass outfit out of San Francisco. They've done Hardly Strictly Bluegrass a couple of times, and tonight they're playing the Opry for the first time, honoring Bill Monroe. So
what about a bunch of boys who play my music that fast? What about a man? What about a man? Which was a quote from Bill Monroe to Ricky Skaggs one night after Kentucky Thunder had played Rawhide beyond recognition, in Mr. Monroe's opinion, as fast as it had ever been played, and it's clean, and it's perfect. And Ricky was fishing for a compliment. Well, first of all, he was walking around thinking that Monroe would say something to him, that Bill would, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So finally, Ricky kind of eases up to him and said, what'd you think about that, Mon? What about a man to play my music that fast? He said, you go back and listen to those old records of his, and they put the scald on him, man. He said he just didn't want to be outdone.
That was it.
Well, and if today you see Stephen Curtis Chapman, tell him good luck on his final day as the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry. Because tomorrow it's Steve Earle.
Way to bring us all down, Charlie. Way to bring us all down.
Yep, he loses his photo in between the men's and women's room at the Wendell Building.
He wore the crown and had the sash, and now he's got to pass it on.
It's a little different than the Holy Sepulchre, isn't it? When you post your picture between the bathrooms.
A little different. Well, hey, we do have something that's really cool. If you guys are going to be in London, I mean, and who's not? But if you're going to be in London and you want to go to the Grand Ole Opry live in London, we've put something up for bid. This is at Julian's Auctions. So it's a package. It includes 2 premium tickets to the Opry show on September 26th at Royal Albert Hall, as well as a commemorative poster signed by Luke Combs, Carly Pearce, Marty Stewart, Ashley McBride, and Darius Rucker. And you get to go to Abbey Road Studios and sit in on the Opry Band rehearsals on September 22nd. This package is expected to go between $2,000 and $4,000. You can bid on it through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Does not include airfare, hotel, or any of that. You got to get yourself over there. But if you're there, then you can bid on this.
And benefits the Opry Trust Fund.
It sure
correct?
does. Yeah, and the Opry Trust Fund helps out people that are in the music industry that just absolutely need it.
It is huge. It has done so much wonderful work.
Absolutely. Well, we want to say hello, good morning, congratulations to Reba. I think I mentioned this in passing, but it was really official and on display at the Emmys over the weekend. Reba and her Happy Place co-star and boyfriend of 5 years, Rex Lynn, are engaged.
How tall is he?
He's very tall. And can I just tell you, he's the most kind. I just love talking to him. I love talking to Rex. Whenever Reba's out doing her thing, he's just kind of standing over there, and I'm like, what are you doing, Rex? And he's so down to earth, and everybody loves him. So he fits right in, and we're happy to have him come along, be a part of the family. The two first met in 1991 if you can believe this, they were both a part of The Gambler Returns, The Luck of the Draw. It was a concert for Kenny Rogers. So Kenny Rogers brought them together in 1991. They remained friends and been dating for the past 5 years. Now they're going to get married. And congratulations again to Russell Dickerson. This is really exciting. His 6th #1 hit. We knew this was going to be a huge song for him when it just really started climbing the charts. He said that's the fastest rising song I've ever had, and boy, has it really outdone itself. So Happen to Me was #1 in the UK, was #1 in Canada, and now is #1 in the United States. Congratulations, Russell.
And just as we were going to Kelly to start entertainment, John Christ got an email that he's got a one-night-only Grand Ole Opry show in January the 25th.
Oh.
And pre-sale tomorrow, and then on sale the following day.
Yeah, hopefully he's going to come and see us. I've been working on that for a little bit.
Good.
Good.
Hey, it's Coffee Country and Cody. Kelly Sutton, Charlie Matos, I'm Billy Boy. Thank you, Amber Anderson, Annie Nye, our studio director, Jeff Roberts in Master Control. Let's do this all again tomorrow, okay?